It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Travis Gate, man. Astroworld.
Whose fault is it?
Wow.
What are your thoughts on it?
That's
the question.
It sucks.
It's horrible.
It sucks. It sucks. It's a shitty situation. And it's so easy to just blame him. Because like the more you kind of read about things, it seems like the concert didn't exactly stop. But then there's moments where it looks like he's looking out for people and caring about them. But I think what you got to realize is that if you're performing in these massive concert venues, like you're used to seeing people pass out.
Every
one of these people on drugs, people on ecstasy, people on mushrooms, like they're in the position where they could pass the fuck out.
Especially at festivals.
Yeah. Yes. These people have been outside in the heat all fucking day.
Oh, yeah.
They've been doing drugs. Drinking.
Yes.
So it's not the craziest thing to see them do it. If anybody should be held responsible, it's the organizers that let this many people in, or the safety protocol that didn't block off. Like I think they breached a gate. It's like, yo, you didn't have enough security. Like you're getting paid so that you secure the venue so that not too many people come in. You're not overselling this thing so that this exact thing doesn't happen. It's not necessarily Travis's fault for being on stage and motherfuckers wanted to see him. It's called Astroworld. Like,
they know they do that to him every time they see him anyway. They always bum rush everything.
Well, he's a rager. I mean, that's what he's, his fans are called ragers, right?
I don't know.
That's what I heard. So that's the type of stuff that, he encourages at his concerts. He didn't at this particular show, but he has before. But I agree wholeheartedly with you. Like, ever so often, I'm old, right? So I've seen these things ever so often. I remember, I think Pearl Jam, I think it might have been the early 2000s when 8 people died at a Pearl Jam concert. I remember things like, I've read about like the Who concert where like,
that's a terror attack.
Not Ariana Grande, Taylor. Jesus, now I gotta look at let me look at my list.
Why anybody ever
just
die in Michael Jackson's thing? I know people always passed out on his.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure people die at concerts all the time.
Yeah. CNN posted this. This was a good one, right? They talked about how Astroworld has joined the list of concert tragedies, right? David Cassidy at White City Stadium in 1974. 700 people were injured when it was just a crowd surge. Same thing that happened here. It was a crowd surge at a concert at White City Stadium in London. This was wild. John Davidson at the Supper Club. There was a sizable crowd at the Supper Club. A fire broke out. 165 people died.
Yeah.
Like 165 people because everybody rushed to exit at the same time. Yeah. The Who at Cincinnati's Riverfront Coliseum in 1979. 11 people died after a crowd surge of those attempting to get into the concert by the Who. Same thing. People got trampled. People got killed. Pearl Jam. This one I was talking about. 8 people died of suffocation, and a 9th person died at the hospital days later at a Pearl Jam performance at the Denmark's Rock Slide Festival back in 2000. Guess where the trouble started? In the mosh pit. The Station nightclub fire in 2003. 100 people died during a concert by a band called The Great White in Rhode Island because like some pyrotechnics went off and it caused the fire, and the combination of flame, smoke in the crowd trying to get out, caused people to die. This was wild. 21 people died at a techno music festival in 2010. 21 people died because of a stampede with more than 500 people injured.
Right.
A ghost ship fire in 2016, an underground electric music party. 36 people killed because of a fire that, trapped people in attendance. So my point with all of that is I've never seen a situation where the artist is getting the blame like Travis Scott is. Now, if Travis was on stage and he was inciting a riot and he was telling people push and fight and tear down the barricades and all of this other stuff, totally would understand.
Lucky you bucked though. Like, that shit.
I didn't see that in this situation.
I didn't see that in this situation. I mean, it looked like he could be a little bit more sympathetic to like what was going on in the crowd. But again, like you're not used to people dying at your show. So you're not even thinking that could be a possibility.
I don't even know they're dying.
Say what?
He don't even know they're dying. Like how many times has he done Astroworld?
There was like an
Festival?
ambulance coming through and,
Medics are on site at these festivals.
Always.
Yeah, but the ambulance is a little different. But
never. Like the ambulance truck is always at these festivals.
I think that the reason they're pushing the blame on him is because of like his branding is the mob.
The Rager.
Right? And like not even like like wherever he goes, he makes sure people know that there are people that want to see him. Like, so if people are running up and jumping onto a McDonald's, he's posting that on the Instagram or he's showing that, right? If he shows up to like an event in Paris Fashion Week, and the mob rushes him, he's showing that. And
I've seen that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I get.
Exactly. That's what you know about him. So like, and that's good marketing because it makes you feel like, man, this guy must be really popping if people are willing to like chase after him.
Yeah.
So he understands the marketing that. And then what happens is when you reward something, people do it. So I think people are going, well, you told people to rush you. You said that's what your fans do. And then they did it. And then people ended up dying. Now, I don't think that that's his fault. I don't think that that's his fault at all.
Unless he was on stage encouraging it. If he was on stage encouraging it in that moment, yeah, but I get what you're saying. You know, prior he might have been doing stuff like that. But guess what? If you're the venue of Astroworld, you should know
you
this.
got to protect this shit. Yeah, like
Man,
you should know this.
They see how many videos. Damn.
I'm just saying, like, I think people are worried right now about like Travis's future shows a little bit. They're like, will people come out to future shows? This is only gonna help.
Yes,
no, this
they're
right
coming.
Here is, yes. This is. I know this sounds fucked up. This is the best marketing for an artist ever. This sounds fucked up, but I'm being serious.
Yeah.
What kid right now? We're talking about teenagers. What kid don't want to come to the show that motherfuckers are willing to die to be at?
I think you're wrong on that one now.
No, I think so.
No, I think you're wrong.
Because there's some real good weed. If I see somebody pass out, I might want to hit that blunt.
You want to hit it?
No.
You see some weak shit, like I don't feel nothing at all. You don't want that.
Do I think this is going to stop people from coming to Travis shows? No. Do I think this is good marketing? Absolutely not. That's the last thing you want is 8 people dying at your show, the 9 people.
I think that's
going
to get more people to want to
More people are going to want to see these shows. They're going to want to experience it for themselves, man. Like people are drawn to danger. People are drawn to the things that excite them. And like you have an artist who is right now so admired, so beloved that people are willing to trample over other human beings just to get close to him.
That's not new though, Schulz. Not to your point. That happens, but that's not new. No. People get trampled at these shows all the time.
Michael Jackson.
I mean, the last one you were talking about was David Cassidy. I don't even know.
But that's because there were deaths involved. But these things happen at these shows, and people don't die. People get pushed down. Right. People get knocked over. People get walked on.
I've seen Jay-Z live. I've never seen a single person run a trample.
The football games, they always fight.
Jay-Z not that kind of artist, but I grew up on.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I grew up on crunk music, bro.
So what people
like Knuck
If You Buck, Little John, 3 6 Mafia.
They're not rushing the stage for 3 6 Mafia. They're not rushing the stage.
No, worse. When 3 6 Mafia say, "I bet you won't hit a motherfucker, hit a motherfucker."
The whole crowd, everybody going, you better get the fuck out the way.
It's a reason Tear the Club Up was on CNN back in the day, and they was like banning this shit from nightclubs. But those are calling commands. You know what I mean? Like you're asking somebody to do a specific action.
One of my boys broke both his legs.
Who?
Yeah.
How?
He got trampled in the club.
That shit happens. I mean, it's not like it doesn't happen. Like, you know, that's all. Like, yes, the deaths are like super, super duper tragic, but fights happen at these shows all the time. Yeah. People get pushed down and trampled at these shows all the time.
Yeah.
People pass out from dehydration and exhaustion. People overdose at these shows all the time. It's the death that sets everything off. But I just have never personally seen an artist get crucified so quickly. Like this shit just happened this weekend and they already took him off Fortnite. They got a petition for him not to perform at Coachella. I'm like,
oh wow, I didn't know he was getting canceled for this.
That's my point. Like, why? That's what I'm missing. Like, what am I missing?
Oh, I didn't know he was getting canceled. I'm so removed.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a movie star. I don't think about what you guys think about.
But even this statement, right? It says Houston police warn Travis.
I'm about to get cut off this whole movie. 100%.
It says Houston police warn Travis before event. That headline is very misleading because when you read the whole article, the sheriff says, yes, he warned Travis about, you know, just the validity of the crowd. You know what I mean? But he said that it was a very respectful meeting and Travis's team and everybody, you know, what did it say?
Where were the police when they stormed the barricade?
That's my point. If you talk to Travis beforehand and you tell Travis you have concerns, then guess what? Up security or whatever the hell you do.
But you know what they're doing? They're looking out for themselves. You saw how much they were pushing that narrative of the dude walking around stabbing people? With the injecting people with the fentanyl. Yeah, but here it's like, why are you pushing that narrative? You're pushing that narrative because you want to remove culpability from you. You should have organized the event better. And by you, I mean the police or whoever the sanctioning body is to organize these large events. Like you got to make sure that you are prepared for this shit.
Yeah, and look at this, right? Read the statement. You visit the artist in his trailer, right? before his show on Friday. So he's already there. And you got concerns about the energy in the crowd, right?
So what is he supposed to do?
That's my point. Exactly.
All right,
What
we'll
is-
stop the show.
Like, I don't get it. And then it says the energy had been building from months among fans who were drawn to see Scott. Yo, you've seen Astroworld before. This is not, Travis Scott's first rodeo.
Yeah, I was unprepared.
No pun intended.
It's their
You know
fault.
what I mean?
They was unprepared.
And you got 50,000 people there. I don't even know. When you have 50,000 people, how much security do you need?
I don't know, but there's probably some number where it's like
somebody
one
at the
per
stadiums.
100 people.
Yeah, that's what I would
it
think.
is.
But here's the fucked up thing is like,
It's supposed to be.
how much responsibility can the artist have? Like the artist gotta pick the people he's gonna perform with, pick the songs he's gonna perform, worry about what show he's gonna do. The artist isn't supposed to be walking around the fucking venue making sure that there's a certain amount of security guards in this area, a certain amount of security in this area, there's not too many people let in over here. At a certain point in time, you have to delegate that responsibility.
That's right.
And it's like he's delegating the responsibility, be it to the Houston Police Department or whatever the venue staff is. And if they're not coming up, they got to be held responsible, not the
Somebody
artist.
ain't played
That's
their
right.
part.
And
It's
that's
not
my
him.
thing too. Is like if you're Travis Scott, that's the other thing. People that say things like he should have stopped the show. He didn't. If he saw what was going on, bro. Have you ever looked out at a crowd of 50,000 people? You know how
No.
much 50,000 people
Nah, that shit
is?
is hella. Well, I do know
The
how
fact that
much.
he spotted one
It's
person,
50,000. Like literally 50,000 people.
499,
Yo, Charlamagne be saying some
plus
wild shit
ones.
sometimes, yo. 24 hours feels like a day, bro. It felt like a whole day. Yo, do you know how much 50,000
You know how many people 50,000 people?
Yo, it's a wild guy right here, dog. This guy's wild.
what I'm saying though, look at that, man. When I'm posting, how can I see what's going on in the back, yo?
Nah, that's
And by the way,
crazy, bro.
I'm shocked that he saw when he stopped the show, and asked him to help somebody. I'm shocked he saw that person.
Yeah, for
Who
real.
you think? How do you think he noticed it?
I have no idea. I also think that we have to stop projecting our hate of celebrities onto these issues.
We don't hate them, yo. We're just jealous.
That's
we
what I
like to
mean.
see them
all it
fall,
is.
man.
Yeah, that's
That's
but that's hate
That's
to me.
it.
Jealousy, envy, hate, all of it is the same thing. So it's like people that are harping on this situation, you never like Travis Scott.
That's all it is.
Because there's no way you can't take a step back and objectively look at this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if that was Drake, which it was Drake.
It was Drake.
It was
They
Drake.
suing his ass too.
The Drake getting sued too. You wouldn't be on it like this. You just wouldn't. And because of the type of music Drake makes, you'd be like, why are you rushing the barricade at a Drake show?
Yeah, Prince never
Yeah,
had
that's a
nobody-
good point.
You know what I
do
mean? Like
shit.
that would be your mindset. Like, what, you rushed it when Marvin's Room was playing? Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
but also I think Drake has this like different connectivity with his fans. Like I think people love Travis, but they view Travis as almost like a rock star. And then I think that they view Drake as like a podcaster. Because like
Explain.
Drake is so like open and emotional in the music that like you feel like you really know about him. You feel like you know about his relationships,
Yeah.
what he's going through, what his team is going through, etc. Like Travis Scott is, I don't know nothing about this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know he dressed
Kardashian.
up in for Halloween, and I know that he got Kylie pregnant twice.
Yeah.
But like I don't know like
2 kids.
yeah, I don't know his interpersonal feelings at all. Like what do you know?
I just know he's a superstar.
It's lit.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I know. Right?
He's a superstar.
He's a rock star.
He's a superstar who corporations love because he has mad endorsements.
Yeah, no, 100%. And he deserves his success. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Peace.
What I'm saying is like, you're more willing to forgive your friend. And I feel like people view like Drake almost as their friend. Like
Yeah.
they know his like emotional baggage. Whereas a rock star, you're like, man, that'd be awesome. I'd love to live that life with you. But if you get fucked up, I'm okay with that because I
Yeah.
got no real connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, And I mean, listen, I get everybody's point who said, like, Travis encourages this. Yo, a lot of these artists encourage this.
Yeah,
I look
encourage
at
a
some of
lot
these
of
festivals,
shit.
I see
Turn up.
people wilding, turn up.
Turn up.
You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
so happened that this one got a little too turned.
Yeah, a little out of
A
control.
little too turned to where people died. And
you
that's
want to
sad
see
and that's
people
tragic.
going crazy, man. You
But-
want to see people
That's
jumping
right.
around. Like
Yeah, Marilyn Manson and all them. Like, what type of fucking crowds they had?
everybody.
And what I don't want this to turn into is an indictment of hip hop as a whole.